But I wanted to give you a quick change management plan that you could use and implement in your organizations. So for step one would be defining and communicating the vision. I think everything in my core is about planning and organizing and then communicating what that is. So if we write down, why the change is happening, what the purpose is, what the benefits are, you're already stepping off on a much better foot. Identifying how the change is going to align with the organization's goals and vision, and then using multiple communication channels to share the vision and just create that open flow of communication. Number two is going to be to involve and empower key stakeholders. And by stakeholders here, I also mean the people that the change affects. I've definitely found in my experience that even if you kind of go and survey everybody, like very informally on, we're thinking of this change, how do you think it will affect you? What would you want to see in the change? Even just people feeling heard, feeling that they matter in the process can make a huge, huge difference. Number three, breaking the change into manageable steps. I find this really helpful too, is if people can visually see whether it's a timeline or a roadmap or even just an outline of, we're going to incrementally put these changes into place. With this week, we're going to focus on this. Next week, we're going to focus on that. I feel like it can take some of that overwhelm out of the change if people can see that we put thought into how to roll this out. And then provide training, tools, and resources. Another big one that in any client I work with, I offer a significant amount of time at the end for just training, support, office hours, because I don't ever want to run a project like I had to when I worked for ClickUp, where here it is, goodbye, good luck. So I want to make sure that I'm available for training, for support, for resources, for just Q&A, even one-on-one. I find it helpful for leaders to, if somebody's not comfortable speaking up in a group, that they don't understand something, have maybe office hours where they can come to you one-on-one, whether it's in person or on Zoom, and just ask questions, and creating a culture where it's okay to not know something. I know it seems so simple, but I know I've worked for plenty of bosses where I was afraid to ever say I didn't get something, or I didn't understand, or help me, where do I find this thing, without the fear of getting yelled at. So just creating that culture of it's okay to not know, and we're going to be here to provide the training and resources you need, can be super, super beneficial. Excuse me. And then lastly, monitor, adapt, and reinforce. When I was the manager of the ClickUp onboarding consultants, we had a form within ClickUp for process improvement. And if somebody had an idea of how to make a process better or how to do something differently, we had a forum, and they could go and add their thoughts to the form, and the leadership team would go, probably once a month, I think, we would look at it, look at everybody's suggestions, and then we would prioritize and decide which ones to implement. Or if we did roll out a new change and it wasn't working as well as we had hoped it would, getting people's feedback, and again, creating that open culture of, if it's not working, please tell me. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not going to bite your head off, but continuously getting people's feedback to make improvements to whatever that change was. And then also just reinforcing the change. Not, we're going to roll out ClickUp and it's the last time we're ever going to talk about it. So that would be the 5-step change management plan. That, I know it's much easier said than done, but seeing it listed out like that, I hope can give you some ideas on where to, oh, that was the same one.